ACAA men's basketball matchup between the visiting UNB St. John Seawolves and your Mount Allison Mounties. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we have to please rise and face the national flag for the flag of O Canada. Introducing the starting lineup for the visiting UNB St. John Seawolves. Number 4, Ethan Smurda. Number 5, Aiden Connors. Number 9, AJ Nash. Number 11, Alex Ariola. Number 13, Adam Lambert. And head coach Peter Vincent. Presenting the starting lineup for your Mount Allison Mounties. Number 2, Midwood Park. Number 3, Emmanuel Aduna. Number 6, Jonas Monroe. Number 22, Tim Ellingson. Number 24, Rashawn Ferguson. And the head coach for your Mount Allison Mounties is Steve Jackman.
And welcome back to Game 2 of our doubleheader here from Sackville, New Brunswick on ACAA.tv. I'm Dave Tingley, joining you solo today. Our man Joe, my color partner, he's a close contact with someone who came down with some COVID, so he's taking it easy today, being safe. Hopefully he's watching. Joe, hope you are up and at him soon, and we'll see you back here on the broadcast next year. This is my last broadcast for the year, fans. I won't be around next week. I'm doing the MTA Championship, so let's have a good one today. These Seawolves come in having lost every game in the season, but the last 5 games losing by 2, by 5, by 3, by 4, by 3, including one of those games in here to the Mounties, a close loss, as that's Aiden Connors, who's played well. This backcourt of Connors and Zmerja, this young backcourt's been terrific in this stretch. So they are a threat to come away with a victory here anytime. Are these, as Rashawn Ferguson misses 2 bunnies inside. Mount A not been shooting the ball very well these last couple of games. Without Noah McCarthy in the lineup, I mean, look, you take the league's leading scorer out, it's going to slow some things down, but they have been struggling to make shots. As Alex Ariola misses 1 on the baseline there for the Seawolves. The other starters, Adam Lambert, AJ Nash, missing Austin Brunn, unfortunately, to an injury. Austin, heal up quick. He had a good game in here last time as Ellison tried to feed Ferguson and was knocked away by Ariola. Oh, and Zmerja had it knocked away by Jonas Monroe. Here goes Jonas flying to the cup and finishes with the left hand. Turning defense to offense is Jonas, and he's going to have a better game here than he did yesterday as well. So these guys, Mounties just can't get the lid off the basket. The last couple of games as going to the cup and laying it in with his left hand is the veteran Lambert, the fourth-year player out of St. John. Can't imagine he doesn't want this one pretty bad as Monroe on the rise and fire. Short, rebounded by Lambert. Kick ahead. Can't finish, but gets his own rebound. Does Merja. Lays it up and in. And SJ up 4-2 early, 2 minutes in. Minwoo sends Adunya through. Finds him in the corner. Steps back for a three, and he makes it. Minwoo shares it to his backcourt mate. And E-Man is the man from three. Start things off. 5-4 Mounties. Areola now, screen for Smurja. Smurja turns the corner. No, pardon me, Connors turns the corner and no help coming. The pick and roll coverage has been a bit of a problem here of late for the Mounties. They had trouble covering James French in here as he went off for 7 threes for Crandall the other night. Nice feed though there. E-Man finds Ellison and he lanes it in for 2. Lead back to the Mounties. So the pick and roll coverage that night was struggling there again. Slipping the screen was Areola, but he couldn't finish the bunny. Ferguson came over and probably provided a little bit of bother as Ellison got the rebound. The league's leading rebounder, Mr. Ellison. Adunya wanted another 3. Didn't go, and now SJ has numbers. Lambert goes right at Ellison. But again, they can't finish, and Tim collects the rebound. So fortunate for Mount A here, last couple possessions. Minwoo, he's gonna try to squeeze through, and he finds Rashawn curling. Ferguson can't finish. Fights and gets it back. Now he lays it in for 2. Rashawn, the finishing touch isn't always there, but the effort is for Rashawn. Allison guarding in space, nicely done. AJ Nash's drive to the basket was cut off. So that transition D, not stellar early, but some D at the rim is helping them out as Ellison providing some deterrence along with Rashawn in there right now. So SJ's missed some bunnies along with Mount A. Adunya in the post with Connors. Connors a skip pass to the corner, and Areola is good from distance, tying up the score here early. So 5:43 clock running, quick moving first quarter here, and almost no whistles. Park gets into the lane but can't finish, too strong, and Areola comes away with it. Connors, or pardon me, that's Lambert, excuse me, to the corner. Can't finish from there. Can Ethan Zmerja, second-year guard of the St. John. It's Miles Haynes-Lacey's gonna check back in, and that was rejected. That wasn't the shot I don't think that Mount A wants here, is a 15 to 17 foot fadeaway from E-Man. Not their best offense. Rashawn comes out, and back coming in is Haynes-Lacey. And coach is gonna have a little chat with him. And from the corner, Min, whoa! Park for 3, off the feed from the hyphenate, Mr. Haynes-Lacey, into the game. They're calling that a 2, I guess. Oh, and a nice backdoor feed, and then a sharing is caring there to Areola for the lay-in as Merja cut the backdoor from Connors and then found his big man underneath, tying the game back up at 11. Minwoo finds Elson. He can take that 3, loves it, and makes it. Long one from Timmy. And then, oh, a little trip over the referee's foot. No harm done, though. Worried me for a second. Little grimace from Timmy, but none the worse for wear. Long 3 from Connors is good, and he answers the 3 from the big man with a 3 of his own. Connors has some range. A little handoff to E-Man. E-Man to the foul line. Gives it to Jonas. Jonas long with that jumper. And Mount A again getting caught. Transition defense, a little handoff and a finish. That time it's Smurja. Mount A getting caught. Transition O from SJ, getting them some opportunities. Minwoo from the foul line comes up short. Jonas. Oh, that's going to be a backcourt violation. Absolutely. Good job there from Jonas, bothering AJ Nash at half court. Forcing that turnover. E-Man going to check out. And checking in, Simon Tector, second-year player to Halifax. Need some minutes from him today with Noah McCarthy out. Second game of a back-to-back. Jonas going to the step back, and he's wild early as Jonas. Can't get the touch on that jumper. Lambert attacks him, can't get through. Submerged now, he's going to attack Min Woo. And Ariola going to try another one from that corner, in and out this time. Good box out there on Zmerja from Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey. Tector trying to turn the corner, he does, and he finishes. That's pretty stuff from Tector. Playing through some contact and finishing. Good start to his minutes. And they're needed. And he played some pretty good defense there on Connors, who turned the corner but wasn't able to finish. Haynes Lacey, nicely done by him. Met that pass from Jonas on the run. Didn't settle for the three, attacked the rim. 2-point lead back to the Mounties. Park is going to commit that foul on Zmerja. Wasn't able to get it to go, but he's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. So, entertaining first quarter here. End-to-end action. Pretty high scoring, pretty entertaining. Fast moving, already 2:45 left on the clock. Haven't been a lot of whistles here. It's our first foul of the game. And Zmerja makes the first. Dilo Poramon into the game for the Mounties, joining Tector in the backcourt. These are going to be big minutes for these Mounties. With both Poramon and Tector on the floor. Not used to having big minutes, but needed today as Ellison grabs another rebound. It's going to be Monroe running the screen and roll at the top with Ellison. Tector now. Tector on the attack, turns the corner again. Poramon on the re-attack, gets it blocked though by Nash. Zmerja, he wants to take Tector, and he's going to, but Tector nicely done, and then knocked away by Ellison, but bad luck found its way right to Connors, who stroked the three. Good defense there from the Mounties, just bad luck. It's going to find its way to an open Connors for three. That's going to be bad luck every time for you. He's going to make most of those. Timmy steps through. Doesn't make it, but gets hit. He's going to go to the line to try to tie it up, and Ferguson's going to check back in here. Probably for the shooter, yep. So Ariola's first, team's first. So Keegan Thier checking in. Second one now here for Timmy. Gets it to go. And number 3 into the game as well for St. John with the best name in the league, Mr. Max Hammer. So 1 for 2 at the line for Tim. He checks out. Now they stuck one. Wolves with the ball, trying to turn the corner. Finds Ariola. Ariola trying to dance into the key and finish, but cut off nicely by Ferguson. Poramon now finds Tector. Tector, he's going to attack. Gets it knocked away by Hammer. Up to Ariola. Ariola can't finish, but coming back for that rebound is Keegan Thier. Now 3 from Connors is no good, but fighting for that rebound was Ariola, but Rashawn Ferguson did good work to keep him off the glass. So 20-19, 1:15 clock running first quarter. SJ with a little pressure here. Almost a turnover, but back. Monroe almost turned it over again. Ferguson has to get on the ground, and it's going to stay with the Mounties. But down McCarthy and trying to not overwhelm Park and Adunya with minutes. You got to trust these young players in the backcourt. Tector, he gets into the lane. He finds nicely Portman. Portman's going to have an open three. Side rims it, though. Rebounded by Hammer. Net back comes SJ. Thier's going to try a baseline jumper, and it's good. Keegan Thier, first-year player from Fredericton. And this pressure again. Haynes Lacey comes and meets it. Well done there to Monroe. They've got numbers if Monroe attacks. He does. That's going to be going the other way. No good. So Mounties just stuck in neutral here offensively the last couple of possessions. The turnover bug biting them, and it's a 3-point lead for the Seawolves, and they can effectively hold for the final shot if they want. 0.7 the differential between the game and shot clock. They're going to wait. Going to wait. Down to 14. Now they're going to attack. Finds Hammer wide open in the corner, but he steps on the sideline, so Mounties are going to get a chance. 8.7 seconds left on the game clock here in the first quarter. Fast moving first quarter. And attacking is Haynes Lacey. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. So good attack there by Haynes Lacey as the clock wound down. St. John's still going to have 4.5 here after the free throws, so they're going to have some time. Almost too effective in an attack there from Miles, but he makes the first. So we'll have to play some defense here late. They got fouls to give if they need to. If something untoward happens here out of the throwing the ball back in. So 2 for 2 at the line for Miles. Now on the run comes Connors, gets all the way to the key, but it's knocked away. Doesn't get a shot up. So Mounties stuck one here going to the first quarter break. Got some okay minutes out of Tector and Porum there in the backcourt. Didn't do any damage. They were fine defensively. Had a couple of turnovers. But to be expected a little bit, playing together here without any veteran presence there, not staggering them, playing them together. But it's kind of all hands on deck for the Mounties at this point with a couple of injuries. They've got some depth issues. Noah McCarthy, obviously, the leading scorer, being out helps none at all. And Connor Briand still recovering from his concussion. Got to be careful with stuff like that. So, it's all about being healthy in 2 weeks. That's definitely going to help. But Mount A would like to get on a little bit of a run going, especially offensively. Get a little rhythm back. Haven't shot the ball well of late. Was a little better in that first quarter, but guys like, they want to see Jonas Monroe playing a little better. His shot hasn't been consistent of late. And of course, you'd like to see Noah get back into the lineup, but for him, he played a little bit yesterday. Obviously struggled a little bit. Not playing today. Didn't play much yesterday, only 15 minutes. Mounties were down big at the half and then only allowed 7 points to the Mount in the third quarter and got back into it. It was single digits going to the fourth, but then the lid went back on the hoop there in the fourth, and they weren't able to pull it out. So it's all about, it's a delicate ecosystem they've got right now. Do the Mount A coaches with the injuries and wanting to win games but wanting to protect guys, wanting to give some experience to these guys on the bench in case they need him in a couple of weeks, but also, again, wanting to play your best. It's kind of it's tough right now, and doing their best to piece it together a little bit until Noah and Connor can come back and play. And if in 2 weeks they can, and you got a little bit of rhythm back, then they're going to be as dangerous as anybody. And Fredericton in 2 weeks, come playoff time. So good start to the first quarter. Stuck one. SJ ball. Areola swings it back to Connors. Thier, and up to Hammer at the top for 3. Max Hammer dropping the hammer from 3-point land. 4-point lead, SJ. Nice little play run out of the first quarter break, getting them a look that they wanted. Ellison facing the double team, finds the right man. Haynes Lacey tucks it and attacks. Can't finish, but there's Ellison to clean it up. Love the attack from Haynes Lacey. Didn't finish, but that's the aggressiveness they need. They need to get downhill and get into that paint, give themselves some easier opportunities. Stepping back for the three, and he's wide right as Connors. Well defended there by E-Man out top. Battling through that screen, still got a hand up. Park, not able to beat Hammer, hands it off to Ellison. Ellison swings it to Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey looking to go baseline, but forgot something, the ball. Out of bounds, back to the Seawolves. Oh, looked like a clean turnover to me, yeah, and that's the right call. Seawolves up 2 here. Not much on the line for them other than pride, but they've done well playing for that purpose the last 5 games. They could easily be 5-0 in their last 5. And they're not playing against the bottom of the league here, and that should be a foul, and it is. Minwoo got poked in the eye a little bit there by, looks like it was Thier. It was. So, cleanly game, in a very cleanly played game so far. Only the 3rd foul, I think, or 4th maybe, of the entire game. Adunya, there's a little curl for Ellison, not there. Now he's got position against Areola. Minwoo, nice little hesitation. Well done from Minwoo. He sold it that he was going to hit Timmy on the pick and pop and then went for the reverse and got hit. So nicely done from Minwoo, and he's going to have 2 free throws. Front rim's the first, however. First one on Connors. There's Park up and in with the second. Coming into the game is Ewan Robertson and AJ Nash. Mr. Robertson with some of the best hair in the association. So he and Max Hammer create a fun little name dynamic for me to play with, which I'll drive you people crazy with for sure the rest of the game. Oh, and a nice look inside, but he wanted his man Connors, did Nash. And in there pulling it down is Gabe Powder, new onto the floor for the Mounties at the start of this quarter. Nice move by Haynes Lacey. Ooh, he had E-Man in the corner, but Tim Ellison got knocked into the way. Off of Ellison's shoulder and out of bounds. And Jonas Monroe's gonna check back in for Miles. He's cutting the gears for that pass a little bit from the sideline. It was the right look, just the timing, kind of bad luck on it. So Robertson. Oh, and curling is Smerja. Smerja inside. He's getting hit. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. So good movement there by the Seawolves. Now he's trying to identify the shooters on the floor. And Robertson certainly is one, so you got to give him respect. And Smerja made a nice little curl there. And he's got 2 shots at the line. So we talked about UNBSJ, winless on the year, but very competitive, very, very competitive, especially of late. The first of the season, it's always tough. They got a lot of 2-year programs at UNBSJ, so a lot of these players are playing just 1 or 2 years. So building a cohesive unit over time is not easy to do, but they've improved a lot since the first of the year, and they're a handful right now. Ellison's going to pop a 3. Powder in there collects an offensive rebound. Back to E-Man. E-Man into the key, drops it to Timmy. Timmy's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Good find from Adunya. And his foray to the cup there. So Ellison struggled at the line a little bit. Odd for a guy with such good touch. I'm sure that'll be a improvement focus for him this summer, for a guy that improved a ton from his first year to his second year. And the reverse announcer's jinx worked just as I planned. Makes the first. He's got a really nice stroke, makes threes. Like a lot of big guys struggle from the line. He's 2 for 2 there. Connors to Robertson. Nash now. Back to Robertson. He's going to pop that three. That's what he's on the floor for, and he makes it. Got to identify him. That's what he's on the floor for. That is his best trait, is his three-point stroke. He did that for FHS last year, and he's translated over to UNBSJ. And Powder found Ellison in there. Foul from behind. That's 2 on Connors. That's a big one. And Ellison in there again, up against much smaller competition in Nash, and he was able to get the baby hook to go. So that's got to be something that Mount A looks to go to a lot. Get Timmy some looks as much as possible. Baseline, Zmerja not there. Finds Robertson again open, 2 for 2. Got to know where he is at all times, and you got to close on him. Make him put the ball on the floor. You can run at him. He's not as good off the deck just yet. Adunya can't get it to go. Gets it right back. Back rims that one. Gets it back again. Feed inside to Powder. Powder gets a block from behind. Allison now fighting in there, and he's going to finish. So good second and third and fourth effort there from the Mounties. They get it back to 3. Lambert. Well, they close out well on the shooter there, but they skip it all the way across to Lambert. Lambert now going to go baseline. Well done by Powder, cutting him off. Good D on this possession so far, but they lose Robertson, and he makes another 3. Timeout, Seawolves. Ewan Robertson into the game. 3 threes for the shooting guard out of Fredericton with the flowing locks and the sweet stash. So Mount A now. A little chat about identifying shooters on this zone, no doubt. And we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard. So we were checking the girls' games earlier, for those of you that were listening and haven't checked it out. Holland got the win in Stu, a big win between 2 teams that were tied in the standings coming in. So Holland and Stu men just now getting underway. Meanwhile, Crandall and the Mounts, their game underway. Their men's game after the girls with a handy win over the Crandall girls. And Crandall out to an 11-point lead, coming off a loss in Kings yesterday. Kind of a shocker there, given how well they've played lately, including 2 wins here in Sackville against the Mounties. Went down and suffered a 1-point loss to Kings. I guess shocker would be a bit of a bigger word than deserved on that one, but surprise for sure, given how well they've played lately. They're looking to bounce back against the Mount. That'd be an interesting doubleheader, to lose to Kings and then defeat the Mount, as Jonas misses another jumper. And back comes Zmerja. Zmerja on the spin, out of control a little bit, but managed to get the ball back after pinballed around. Does he get the assist on his own hoop? I don't know. Minwoo running the screen roll. Mounties now stuck 8. Yeah. Got to get him a look every time. And Minwoo Park catches the ball on the sideline, but was out of bounds. So SJ seemed from that reaction there with throw-in, it's probably going to defend him a little bit differently, maybe send a second defender at him. Nice move inside, but Nash, another more solid defense in there by Timming, erasing some mistakes from the Mounties guards. A little penetration there as Jonas goes baseline, gets it blocked, gets it back, and finishes. Good fight in there by Monroe on the baseline, and the lead's back to 6 now for SJ. Powder now watching Lambert. Lambert Boy, they're picking the Mounties apart a little bit with off the bounce, and now Robertson with a fourth three. 12 in this second quarter for Ewan Robertson, and the lead now 9 as he's shot the Seawolves into that lead pretty much by his lonesome. Adunya beats Robertson, finishes with a difficult left-handed floater. He's going to go to the line for the more traditional three-point play for E-Man. The E-Man on that drive. Nicely done by him. Challenging Robertson. Robertson having a chat with the referee, but the uninterrupted streak of referees not overturning their decisions goes into the 100 and whatever-th year of basketball. Monroe rebounds the miss, gets it to go. Boy, that's a heartbreaker for SJ coaches. And oh, Mount A again, defensively can't identify who they're guarding in transition. Give up another hoop in transition. That's been a disaster so far in this first half. Transition D. Jonas gonna rise and fire and make one. Boy, he put up a couple of ugly ones early to Jonas, but he saw a couple of layups go, and that made him feel better. Confidence returned. Ferguson got beat baseline. Mount A having trouble in many ways defensively. Transition from O to D, not getting back and identifying guys in transition, and then in the half court, just getting dribbled around right now. If it weren't for some missed bunnies and a little bit of Tim Ellison bailing them out just by being big down there in the posts, this could be a lot worse. So missing the second one there was Merges, so the lead is 5. Minwoo fakes a handoff, tries to beat Robertson, can't. Back to Monroe, Monroe to Powder, to Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey gets it knocked away. That's gonna be a foul there on AJ Nash, a little excessive on the hustle there at the top. Tector's gonna come back in for Adunya. That's the 5th foul on the Wolves. So to the line for 2 free throws is Minwoo Park. Stuck 5 here are the Mounties. 3:02 left second quarter. Minwoo short on the first one. One more. Good with that one. Back to 4, 44-40. 3 minutes. And again, SJ just on a straight line drive to the basket. No resistance, layup. Jonas gonna try to make 2 back-to-back threes, not there. Haynes Lacey can't collect. But good crash there from Minwoo and Powder. Knocked out of bounds there by Nash, and it's gonna stay with the Mounties as D'Lo Pormon checks back in. Haynes Lacey, oh, there's Jonas wants it bad. Short on that jumper, but not able to collect, and back to Pormon. Jonas finds Haynes Lacey into the corner. Haynes Lacey gets set up nicely there by Minwoo, and he makes the 3. Big shot for the hyphenate. Miles off the feed from Minwoo Park. Again, Mounties having trouble just identifying who's matched up with who. The pocket pass to Areola, and that screen and roll defense comes back to haunt him again. So really, Mount A, fortunate to be down in the position that they are. Giving up 48 here already to SJ, and a turnover there. Jonas fighting for it, trying to get it back to Park. Can't. And I think, yeah, it's going to be to the Mounties. Okay, I thought the last one was to the Mounties, but yeah. St. John coaching staff wanted to travel on that one. They felt Jonas was rolling around with the ball. I think they were right, actually. Pormon to Haynes Lacey. He's going to attack with the right hand and finish. Miles Haynes Lacey. He's been a bright spot offensively here in the first half for the Mounties, but it's been this end of the floor that's caused them problems. And again, just a straight line drive by Connors attacking Tector and around the defense of Monroe. 50-45. They are luckily scoring with the Seawolves so far, but defensively it's been tough. And Jonas squeezed around him and then got it blocked and then got it back again. Missed the bunny, got blocked, return again. Whew, if at first you don't succeed. Jonas down to 3 now. Oh, and that's better by the Mounties. But they can't secure the rebound. Now they can. Haynes Lacey comes back and helps out. That was better coverage. Almost a steal over here by Lambert. Tector, though, found his man Haynes Lacey. Can he make another? In and out that time. And Connors collects. Now UNB's got numbers again. Again, transition. They don't get back. Give up a 3-on-2. 5-point lead. Minwoo and Jonas run screen roll. Minwoo, oh, good decision. Jonas wasn't there, but then that runner from Pormon gets rejected by Zmerja. I think Pormon probably had Jonas with deep position if he'd given it a little bit more time. So stuck 5 of the Mounties, 13 on the shot clock, 30.2 on the game clock. Oh, Haynes Lacey runs it down at midcourt. Oh boy, that looked like a lot of contact on Haynes Lacey. But no call. Now slow to get up is Minwoo Park, which is every Mounties fan loves to see that. Minwoo holding his side, but he's gonna tough it out. Pretty much can hold for the last shot here. Not much difference, game clock, shot clock. Into the key and wide open 3 for Robertson, it's good. Oh my goodness, I jinxed it. In and out. Got some time to force it up. Tector, it's gonna be wide left. So Mounties gonna go to the halftime break, only stuck 5, and if you're a Mounties fan, you gotta be happy about that, the way they played defensively in that first half. And my additional concern is for Minwoo Park coming off of the court here, kind of holding his side. Hopefully he's gonna shake off whatever that is. But Mounties got some discussing to do about the defensive end of the floor here. So we'll see you back here in 14-43 fans. Hopefully they can solve it. We'll see you. And welcome back, fans, for the start of the second half here. Mount A went in and undoubtedly tinkered with things defensively at halftime after that. Could we call it a performance in the first half on that side of the ball? I don't think so. Good start. Playing that, benefited from a wide miss there from Mr. Connors. Not like him, coming off a 10-point performance in the first half from him, but good start. Oh, and a nice little curl there from E-Man, and the feed from Jonas. Dropping a dime. Good start for the Mounties. E-Man checking in Connors. Minwoo. Not moving great. He might already be checking out. We'll see. He's not moving. Oh, nice defense there from Jonas. So good start from the Mounties on that side of the floor. So either Minwoo's not moving well or they're concerned about a matchup as E-Man from the corner doesn't go, but Rashawn Ferguson crashing from the weak side. So some good energy here to start. Yeah, and Minwoo's going to get that hip, I think, looked at. They just don't want, they can't go into the playoff run with both Minwoo Park and Noah McCarthy's sideline, so he's probably going to walk some stuff off here and try to feel better before coming back in, or just take the rest of the day off. We'll see. But Ferguson brings the lead down to 2 now. So the first 3 of the second half to the Mounties, and 2 real good defensive possessions to start. Let's see if they can build off it. They're much better defensively than they showed in that first half. So drive by Areola, but nicely done there by Tim Ellison defending, and Jonas Monroe with the blockout on Zmerja. So we'll hand off to Adunya. Adunya, he's going to need to do some more ball handling and scoring. And there you go, E-Man. The E-Man on the drive. And we get a tie score a minute and a half into this third period. Haynes Lacey now watching Lambert. Oh, that's a beautiful play. Not stellar communication off of that screen, and action there from USJ, and then they pick the pocket of Monroe, and Zmerja wanted to jam it, but settled for the lay-in, and 4 quick ones. Back to SJ on some sloppy play defensively and offensively from the Mounties, and Jonas gets all the way to the key, finds Haynes Lacey. Back to Monroe, 10 on the clock. Into the key, Jonas on the runner, not there, but there's Ferguson again. But Wild on the layup. Jonas trying to get up. He can't get it to go. Ellison, he's going to follow. A lid on the hoop. Still. And Rashawn Ferguson had a wide open righty layup there that he blew. He's really got to get that touchback. Rashawn inside. That athleticism means he's going to get all kinds of opportunities, just like it. Ellison pulls the string on that free throw, a little frustrated. So Mount A, terrific start to this quarter, and then just kind of a couple of little brain freezes there. Cost them a couple of hoops. 1 for 2 at the line for Timmy, back to 3. So without their leaders on the floor, McCarthy and now Park really had. Haynes Lacey watches Lambert well. A little curl there from Zmerja, but nicely met by Jonas. Jonas, though, can't, just an awkward one, can't quite collect that rebound. Good effort, though, defensively. Just didn't quite finish the possession. A little tough luck, so stick with it. 14 seconds left for the Seawolves. A little handoff play to Lambert. Lambert's going to pop a 3. Doesn't go, and Ellison can't collect that rebound. Nice work inside there from Keegan Thier, being disruptive. Zmerja, boy, that's too easy. Yeah, 1 play, 20-ish good seconds of defense, and then another turnover. Zmerja picks Monroe's pocket again, but Jonas comes back and plays really good D, and then he gets hit. Yeah, well done from Jonas. Good recovery after the turnover. Played solid D on Zmerja. Forced a miss and then collected that rebound and got hit. So Mount A was stuck 5 to start the third quarter. Battle back to tie, and now they're stuck 5 again. Timeout. So we'll go back to our out-of-town scoreboard as some fans are chiming in on Twitter, express their support for Min. Hello, Nate Dogg, Nathan Ayer out there in Nova Scotia listening in, as he always does. And the Mumford family, I didn't thank you. Hope you're listening to the guys' game as well. I didn't do my daily thank you to you guys for tuning in. So like I said, this will be my last call for the Mounties this year, as next week I'll be in St. John at Harbor Station calling the MBIA championship. So make sure on your spare time next week, fans, you're tuning into that as well. You can find that stream on the Final 12 website. Just Google Final 12, you'll find it easy. So Min, he's having a pretty in-depth discussion here with the training staff. Not giving him any attention here or anything yet. Just having a little chat. So he's had some minor injury stuff this year that's hobbled him. So he's gonna make sure he takes care of that in advance of the playoffs in 2 weeks. You want a healthy Min, you want a healthy Noah. Because right now, really, the best Mount A can hope for is to get up to that 4th spot if they play well and win some games here. But if you're going to be playing without Noah and maybe Min, well, question mark, we'll see how this goes. Then, finishing 5th isn't the worst thing in the world. It's going to be a 5-4 matchup in the first round anyway. But you want to be playing well. You want to have all your guys, but you want to also, the games leading up to the playoffs, you want to play with the guys that you're going to be playing in the playoffs. And nicely defended there by Mount A on that screen roll. They've struggled on that coverage today, as they have recently, but that was well done. Rashawn Ferguson knocked that ball in the air, and Adunya on the penetration and the finish on the blow-by. Finishing with the right hand on the right side. E-Man, the man on that drive. And it's back to 3. So, nice between the legs move by Lambert. Almost lost it, but got it to Thier in the corner, and Thier along 2. And the lead back to 5. Monroe, watched by Zmerja. E-Man on the handoff from Ellison. Ellison hasn't gotten a lot of touches inside. Neither is Rashawn. Rashawn with the spin and the finish. That's more like it. Rashawn Ferguson. Those long strides and long arms and quickness can create havoc like that. Haynes Lacey looked like awfully good defense. Looked like he took the contact from Lambert right on the chest, but they're calling him for a block. Back to the line is Lambert. Monroe, a little frustrated coming off. Playing hard, fighting, but those turnovers, those frustrated him for sure. Ellison led the team in the first half for the Mounties with 14. Jonas had 11. It was Connors and Zmerja with 10 and 9 in the starting lineup, but off the bench it was Robertson with his 4 threes and 12 points that really was the difference. Ellison fighting for a spot in there. He and Ferguson both. Ferguson finds Adunya. Adunya pops one from the baseline, not there. Fouls a shot, but met there by Zmerja first. Connors is going to be wide open in the corner. They just miscommunication again. They got a lucky break, and Powder with a nice box out weak side. Adunya sets up Timmy from 3. No good. Rashawn was 2-on-1 there on the baseline, and it was Nash that came out with that rebound. Connors on the penetration. Good. wall there by Ellison forcing that miss. It's been Timmy at that rim meeting these straight line drives that's saved the Mounties a few times. That's a wild pass from Haynes Lacey. Ellison couldn't handle it. Haynes Lacey, though, got back and disrupted Thier enough on that attempted lay-in to cause a miss. Ferguson into Powder in the corner. Powder fumbles and saves it, but right to Connors. Just another one of those kind of little funny errors that the Mounties seem to be making here offensively, but nice defense there by Haynes Lacey. He had 9 in that first half along with 3 boards. He played pretty well, and a nice feed there to Timmy. That's more like it. Ellison, that's an intelligent, that was a good hockey assist there by E-Man too. He knew. Got that ball to the corner, given where Ellison was getting that position, that Haynes Lacey would have that angle, and he did. Lambert drives at Ellison, pulls it back. Well played, but he gets his own rebound, and now he's gonna go to the line. Going 1-on-3 there. Was able to snag that rebound. Tector's going to check back in. So they're going to go small. Rashawn Ferguson's going to check out. In and out on the first for Lambert. So another fast-moving quarter here. 3:05 left all of a sudden. Good with the second is Lambert. And Max Hammer back in. I'm going to do my best not to make jokes out of Max's name, I promise, Hammer family. Tector, nicely done on the sideline, getting that to Powder, but pressure all over the place. They got it to Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey had it blocked. And they're calling Thier, I think, on a foul. So good job by Haynes Lacey. Earned some free throws. Managed to get enough contact to get to the line. He's had a good day, his Miles. Double figures now on the night for him. And up and in 2 for 2. So back to a 1-point game now. Mounties hanging around. No Park. No Noah. So no starting backcourt, but they are hanging around with these Seawolves who are very hungry for a win and have come very close in 6 straight games. That's excellent defense, but just a weird bounce. They got it back, but short on that one was Connors. So a bad break followed by a good break. So into Ellison now. Back out to Powder. Powder swinging it to Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey not there. Luckily got it to E-Man. E-Man's going to force one up with 5 left. Back to the Seawolves. Wide right was E-Man. So the ball you can see without the presence of Park and Noah, the ball just doesn't quite hum around the perimeter as efficiently as normal. As these guys, some of these guys, the Tectors and the Haynes Lacey's playing a lot more minutes, Powders, than they have been. Oh, and Timmy erasing another mistake. He gives an encouraging slap to Powder. Powder wasn't able to contain Nash on that closeout. Set up another play to Hammer. He can shoot that 3. Wasn't there this time. He attacks Haynes Lacey, not there. Now they're against the clock. They're not even going to get one up. Nope. So well done there by the Mounties. So they haven't been perfect in this third from on the defensive end by any means, but they've been a lot better, and the effort is certainly there. Just kind of some silly mistakes here and there, still making it not always the prettiest of games, but Ellison had Adunya wide open. Now he's wide open again off the handoff, but no good, and rebounded by Nash. So the ball kind of stuck here for Seawolves. Now they find themselves with 8 on the clock. Oh, good aggressive take, though, from Smrja. Found himself in the post with Tector and just dropped his head, and Ellison wasn't able to erase that mistake, and to the line for a free throw goes Ethan Smrja. 3 blocks in the first half also for Ethan. So he's doing it on both ends of the floor for the Seawolves, and their lead's back to 4. Little pressure here again for the Seawolves. And a pretty little passing play there from the Mounties. Excellent work. Ellison found Haynes Lacey, and Haynes Lacey with a good aggressive take. And he's going to the line for 2 more free throws. Hammer there, tried to rotate over and take the defense, take the charge in the numbers, but he wasn't vertical. So Haynes Lacey now makes the first. Miles, one of the guys keeping him in it right now. 2 for 2 at the line for Miles. He's perfect on the night from the free throw line. 2-point game now, under a minute left. 45 seconds to be exact, clock running, third quarter. A little curl play for Smrja, hands off to Hammer. Hammer gonna pull up at the top of the key, back rimmed it, rebound found its way to Tector. He's gonna hand off to E-Man. Uses the screen of Ellison. In the corner, finds Haynes Lacey. Can he make another? He can. Miles Haynes Lacey. His big afternoon continues, and he gives the lead back to the Mounties, 66-65. 12 seconds left now, third quarter. Lambert can't turn the corner. Neither can Hammer. Well done there from Jonas. Really good defense here. They have 2 seconds left. And at the buzzer, no good for Jonas, but a good end to that third quarter from the Mounties on both ends of the floor. So much better defensively from the Mounties in that quarter. 13 points the third quarter to the Seawolves after 52 in the first half, much like their third quarter yesterday in Halifax. They only surrendered 7 to the Mount. They get themselves back in it. They want a reverse course from yesterday as to how well they played in the fourth quarter, which wasn't great. So Minwoo over here, ice pack underneath his shorts as he stands holding it in the huddle, talking to his guys. But definitely going to be on the sidelines the rest of this game. So it's going to be up to the younger fellas on this backcourt to close this deal for the Mount A Mounties. Apart from E-Man, we're going to need some minutes from Tector and some, I dare say we'll see some D'Lo Pormon in the fourth quarter, I would imagine. But Mounties did a real good job fighting. I mean, it's a rock fight at this point. You don't have all your guys at the offensive end of the floor. You got to battle. You just got to fight. Every possession is going to be even more important than normal. But if they take care of the ball and the ball doesn't get stuck offensively, it's not always going to be perfect, but you move that ball well, efficiently on the offensive end of the floor. Don't turn it over and communicate better defensively. Like some of these hoops for UNBSJ, these easy lay-ins, these straight line drives off simple curl cuts, those sorts of things you can, communicate and effort your way out of a little bit, and they did a better job at that, certainly in that third quarter. So 66-65 here as we start the fourth. Mounties up 1. And fortunate to be there the way they played in that first half. They just kind of willed their way to be in the game at the half and played much better in that third. Tector finds Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey back to E-Man. E-Man finds Tector. Up to Jonas. Now Jonas on the drive. Lots of contact, and he's going to the line. That's a nice possession for the Mounties. The ball whipped around the perimeter. St. John played 20 seconds of pretty darn good defense, but Jonas, that big body of his, getting it into the lane. He's going to create contact a lot. Now he can push this lead out a little bit. First one's good. And of course, development for the UC Wolves fans. Ewan Robertson back onto the floor. He of the 4 threes in succession in the first half as Jonas pushes the lead to 3. So now you got to identify where he is at all times. He really pushed out the lead for SJ in that first half. They want Zmerja posting up on Tector. They did a really good job, Simon did there, bellying up on him. Didn't give up as much ground. And Ellison offered up some assistance there. They get the ball to the corner to Robertson. Robertson, a little pocket pass down there to Thier, gets it back. Well done by the Mounties here again. The ball tipped, and now Robertson at the buzzer gets the finger roll. Oh boy. Effective late clock action there by the Seawolves as E-Man, boy, that's a tough pull-up banker for Adunya. Answers right back on Robertson. Now Thier setting the screen, no, Lambert's gonna go up to Nash. Nash, kind of a blind look to the corner. Lambert on the catch now. Thier loses it, but knocked away by Ellison. Only 2 on the clock here for the Seawolves. Ariola's going to check back in here with 2 on the clock. Comes in for Thier. So only 2. He's going to have to get one up. A turnaround at the buzzer by Zmerja. Not much more you can do on that one. Just clap your hands and get back and play offense. Oh, and another move there by E-Man, but knocked away from behind by Nash. Big shot there by Zmerja. And Ferguson's checking in for Ellison here. .12 on the clock. Oh, that was Ferguson. Just didn't have the position. And Mounties give up a transition layup and the lead back to the Seawolves. Lambert beat him down the floor. Now Ferguson gets the ball at Tector, swings it back to Adunya. Adunya, the stop and go. Doesn't finish, but there's Ferguson. Gets it knocked away though. Now Rashawn's got to get rid of it, and he does. 10 seconds on the clock. Haynes Lacey hands it to Monroe. Monroe, he's going to try to throw up a long 3. Wild right, and rebounded by Zmerja. Didn't get any screen set for him to help. Just kind of went one-on-one and should have attacked. Create some contact. Those sidestep pull-up 3s have been rough today. Yeah, that's staying with the Seawolves off a leg. Attempted backdoor look there. So 71-70, 7.5 left. 4th quarter. Ariola's going to try to attack Ferguson. It's not there. Now Zmerja is going to have to get one up against Tector. Good defense from Tector, but that's not going to work. Attempted tip there by Nash, but that was too late. So another violation. So Mounties really has turned things up on this end of the floor. Playing a lot better. Haynes Lacey finds Adunya cross court. Adunya on the attack. Sets up Monroe. He doesn't get the 3, but he's going to pull up into a 2, and it's back rimmed. Rebounded by Zmerja. That was was the right shot, just didn't go. Lambert now on the attack, hands it off to Robertson. Robertson with a hand in his face still makes it. And the lead's now 4. That's the 5th three for Robertson. Beat the press easily that time to Mount A. Haynes Lacey to Tector. Tector though, long with it, but out off of Zemerja. Staying with the Mounties. Ellison's gonna check back in. And Ferguson gonna check out. Let's see if the Mounties here offensively can get Timmy a few more touches. Entry pass to Timmy from, oh boy, from Jonas. That wasn't pretty. That's not one you're gonna put in the picture book, offensive possession-wise, but doesn't matter. There's no pictures on the score sheet. Yeah, and that one's a curious call, given all the physical nature at the other end of the floor. Jonas just got knocked on the floor off that inbounds. Wasn't allowed to come down, but then gets called on the blocking foul there. Next time down the floor. That's why those fouls are tough to handle, as long as it's going the same way both ways. Tector getting attacked again in the post, but again holds up well. And that looks like it should be Mount A ball. Don't understand that call either, but it's going to stay with, no, it's going to stay with St. John. That looked clearly to be Mount A ball, but no good. Tector doing a much better job being physical down there in the post with Zemerja. They're going to him again. Ellison comes over, helps out Areola, collects the rebound though, and he curls one in. So 4-point lead back to the Seawolves. Oh, good push ahead pass to Tector. Tector turns it over though, but Monroe gets it right back to Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey going to attack, and he's going to go to the line for 2 more free throws. And the St. John bench now curious as to how that could have been a blocking foul. Seemed clear to me, fast speed. I know Miles threw his body into him, but he wasn't set by any stretch of the imagination that I saw, but missed the first, did Miles. So his first miss from the line tonight, makes the second though. Back down to 3. 3-point game, 5:36 remaining, clock running, 4th quarter. Important game for the Mounties, and the Seawolves really want it. Robertson, wide left on that 3, but an offensive rebound to Connors. Connors attacks, tipped by Haynes Lacey, but Nash caught it anyway. Nash finds Areola. Nice little drop off to Areola from Nash. 2 more for the Seawolves, and we're approach halfway through this 4th quarter, and the lead's exactly where it was at the half. 5 points. Now Timmy down there against Nash. Nash knocks it away. And the scramble there on the sideline, and the ball's going back to UNBSJ. So Ellison getting pushed out a little bit, away off of his spot, catching that ball further out from the hoop than you'd expect. He's going against much smaller guys. They're not guarding with Areola. They're using Nash, who's being super physical and pushing him off of his spot. That's going to be an illegal screen, absolutely. Jonas Monroe, terrific job defensively there. Sticking to his man like glue, forcing Areola into a blocking foul. Big one. Big defensive play from Jonas. Back to the Mounties. 78-73, 4:35, clock running 4th quarter. Powder into the game for the Mounties. Monroe with a nice feed to Ellison. Ellison curls it in. A little give Powder the hockey assist on that one. It wasn't there for Timmy on that side, but he knew that Jonas had the right angle, and he took advantage. Connors now calling for the screen from Areola. turns the corner. Met there by Tector, but finishing through the contact was Connors. The lead back to 5. Powder gets it knocked away. Finds Ellison. Ellison to the baseline to Tector. Tector goes up and finishes on the baseline. Big hoop for Simon Tector. Back to 3. His second hoop of the night. Big defensive possession here for the Mounties. Tector forcing Submerge out high. Same thing for Jonas on Connors, but Connors goes baseline. Needs to go up, and that's going to be a charge. Well done. E-Man, the man defensively this time, takes one on the numbers. Connors. And it's going back the other way. He got up in the air, wanted to pass it. You saw him, his eyes dart all over the floor as he was in the air, looking for a man to pass to. There was nobody. He had to put it up. And then E-Man took it on the numbers. So big one. So they're calling, the referees are calling for each team to go to the bench. Must be some significant moisture there underneath the hoop. So good looking out by the referees. So they've done their cleanup job. They're going to blow the whistle, bring everybody back out. So 3-point lead for the Seawolves. Mount A ball after the turnover. So it's still Tector and Powder and Adunya and Monroe and Ellison. Ellison encouraging his man Tector there at half court. Liked his move there baseline the last time down. He's telling him, do it again, my man. Jonas gets the Powder. Powder wide open for a 3. How about Gabe Powder? Come on, what a big shot from Gabe. His first hoop of the night. Whew. The courage to take and make that one late. Adunya nicely done on Nash. Areola beats the closeout. Too strong though. Good help defense from Tector. Got underneath him a little bit and bothered him. Now Adunya. Boy, that was questionable shot selection there by E-Man. Oh, well done by Jonas. Bothering Zmerja. Zmerja felt he got hit. So getting away with that one. We're the Mounties now. Back into their offense a little bit. Jonas wants a 3. How about that one? A couple of huge threes. Powder and Monroe. The law firm. Putting them up 3 late. Oh, boy. The Conies from the boys to make those 2. And you can hear Min Woo, the leader, not playing, holding that ice pack to his hip, going, hey, we got to lock down defensively. And they've done a much better job of that in this second half of the Mounties. 52 they gave up in that first half, but it was more the method in which they did it. It could have been a lot worse. The transition D wasn't there. They were getting beat down the floor. Straight line drives. The screen roll coverage was not good. But in this second half, they've definitely, listen, not been perfect. They're missing guys. They're, got lineup combinations that haven't played together a lot. So it's not perfect, but they've really willed themselves. They've played hard. They've been tough. They've made mistakes, but they've battled through it. And defensively, they've been pretty good. And then how about Powder and Monroe late, those 2 threes, just the guts to take them. First of all, Gabe, I don't know if he might have gotten up 1 shot before that. But 3 minutes left, down 3. Love it. And then Jonas backed him up with a 3 of his own. And now the Wolves find themselves in a familiar position in a super tight game late. Monroe fighting through Connors. Oh, nice little give down low to Nash, but there's E-Man on the sink, and the ball back to the Mounties. Great stuff by Adunya. That hard sink on the dish from Connors to Nash. Powder now. Looking for help, finds Jonas. Jonas, Smerja. Jonas turns the corner, gets all the way to the hoop, but gets it knocked away. Seawolves think it's off Monroe's knee, but no change in the call. Referee, if it happened, the referees didn't see it. I didn't have the angle, so I can't tell you. Crowded in there, so Jonas is going to do a little fadeaway. Sweetness from Jonas, the big hoops late. That's been his calling card in the second half of this season. He's had some games where he's struggled a little bit. Oh, and the turnover, the pass behind Areola. The Mounties have locked in defensively here, late. Making things tough on the Seawolves. Adunya all the way. Oh, can't finish. Too strong with the right hand. Areola gets to Connors. Now Connors is going to attack Powder. Powder can't stay vertical. And he's going to send Connors to the line. Oh, boy, that's a big turn of events. E-Man just a little strong on that lay-in attempt as he turned the corner. And Miles Haynes-Lacey's going to check back in for Powder. And you got to give props to Gabe for his minutes here late, putting his team in a good position here. Connors makes the first, so it's back to a 4-point. He has a chance to make it 3, a one-possession game here, which, I mean, stop me if you've heard this song before, Seawolves fans, but your guys' team is in a one-possession game here late in the fourth quarter. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all. Adunya stepped on the sideline. Turns it back over to UNBSJ now. They've got a chance to tie the score with a 3. So they want a very specific action here. They want AJ setting the screen. He did. Smerja didn't catch it clean, and then Connors wasn't able to collect. And Tector now, he got hit. He's favoring something. Oh boy, he's limping pretty significantly on that left leg. As Monroe finds Lacey off that screen roll. Tector now, he's gonna have to get one up late. Simon gets all the way to the key. Doesn't go. Boy, that was a tough position for him. He's limping on that leg. He turned the corner, tried to get the ball high off the glass, just a little too high over the outstretched defender for Mount A. Now, Mount A faced with another huge late defensive possession. You got to run them off the line here, up 3. Adunya. Oh, and there they find it to Robertson. Robertson with the step back 3, side rims it. Trying to run it down in the corner was Nash. Not able to do so, and Mount A now up 3, 14.5 on the clock. They're gonna call time. And the Seawolves say it ain't so to me again. In the same position we've been in over and over again. And as you see over here on the bench, Min Woo taking off that ice pack. Definitely limping. Favoring that hip. Not as significant. The good news is, not as significant a limp as the last time I saw him doing laps around the bench here. So that's nice. So if they could get out of here with a victory over these Seawolves, down Minwoo, down Noah, down Connor, you know, fighting through a terrible first half defensive performance. 52 in the first half, only 30 here. They've surrendered in the second to a Seawolves team playing pretty well. Honestly, I mean, They lose this one, another basically one possession game. They've lost. This will be 7 in a row now, one possession losses. And you got to feel for these guys. I'll be cheering for them in the last weekend of the season now that they're done playing games against the alma mater. So they're going to take it at half court, are the Mounties, and take the 14 on the clock. Smart thing to do. Get it as far away from the St. John hoop as humanly possible. Just get this ball in bounds. Watch for the quick trap. Trying to cause a turnover depending on where you throw it to. They're going to want to probably direct it to the corner and try to trap it initially. Give themselves a few seconds to try to create a steal. They get it up to half court to Miles Haynes-Lacey, and he's going to get hit right away. Couldn't waste the time trying to get a trap together there. So well done by the Mounties. Miles, I believe, is 7 for 8 at the line today by my count, as Max Hammer checks back in for AJ Nash. Haynes-Lacey rims out the first. So a chance to make this fairly comfortable. He's got one more. If not, SJ's got some shooters on the floor. Oh, that's a huge one for Miles. 4-point lead, 12.6 seconds left. This will be a big one if the Mounties, all they really got to do is, here's the thing, here's what you got to fight against if you're the Mounties. It's 12.5 left, you're up 4, okay? It's a 2-possession game, unless you do something stupid and foul a 3-point shooter, which they're not going to do. So here's the thing, what you don't want to do is get too passive and give up a super quick score within a couple of seconds. You know, you got to pay attention to what you're doing here. You have 2 fouls to give as well. So you can think about committing some fouls and wasting some time here. That's certainly an option. But you got to be careful with it that nobody's in the shooting motion when you do so. But what you just don't want to be overly passive because you've got the 2-possession lead here and give up a quick one, because then you got to worry about getting it in bounds. You got to worry about fouling again and making more free throws with still, you know, enough time on the clock for SJ to get something coming back the other way. So, yeah, you're up 4. Don't be stupid, but don't be too passive either. They're going to score, make them work for it. And you got the 2 fouls to give. So if you get stuck, somebody turns the corner on you, you can give one. Just make sure they're not in their shooting motion when you do so. So here we go, 12.6 seconds left. SJ runs the play for Lambert and a handoff right away to Connors going right. Connors, well defended by Mount A. Tector met him on the turn of the corner. And there were Jonas and Haynes-Lacey with their hands in the way, making that pass difficult, and that was just a tough one. Connors, that pass, low percentage. So well done by the Mounties, and now Haynes-Lacey gets a chance to ice it for real here. First one good. So Mount A back above 500 with this one. Back up to 9-8. And back rims the second one. 3 seconds left, just staying away. And Mounties bump that record back up. Above 500 with a big win here, big comeback win. And fourth quarter in the Mount, 91-89 Crandall. Oh boy. Heart stopping. Fans, go check that one out. Stu and Holland in the third quarter, 3-point lead for Stu. Go to ACAA TV. Check out those other games. Hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. We will. It's been my pleasure. I got to sign off for the year, fans. You won't hear me again. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next year on the ACAA TV. I'm Dave Tingley. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you.